Just a few thoughts really about Good Friday. The thing that's really struck me is this is totally different to any Good Friday service we've ever been to before, and any situation that many of us have never been through before with this lockdown. And I don't know how you're getting on with it, but the thing that came to me was that if there's a title for the thought tonight, is know that you're valuable. I've got something really valuable here that sometime recently has never been valuable before, but about a month ago, these had no value whatsoever, but now they're so valuable. I went to the Aldi a few weeks ago before this all started, and there was queuing outside the shop, and I got inside, and somebody said, "Oh, they've had a delivery of toilet rolls." And this lady in front said, "Oh, have the toilet rolls come in?" And I said, "Yes." And she got a trolley, and she got 5 packs of toilet rolls in this trolley, and there was no others left. She got them all in her trolley. And it just makes you think there's something like just something trivial and common as a toilet roll has suddenly become valuable at the moment. But when we think about our value, sometimes value changes. I dare say some of the women have been shopping and they've bought something really quite expensive from the shops at Maryhill, and then they've gone back a week later and 50% off, or they've been put on the bargain rail and there's 30% off or whatever and less than half price, and they lose the value. But I put the song on this morning on which has really blessed me recently, called Dancing on the Waves, We the Kingdom. And that talks about how God values us. And there's a line in it that really, it blows me away. It says that he set all the stars into place that we would remember his name. And that just, I can't get my head around that God did that so we would know who he is, because he loves us so much that he wants that relationship with us. And things lose the value, as I just said, in shops and stuff. But I came across this kind of a story, and I thought it was a blessing to me. So I'm just going to share it with you. And I just imagine that you're going to the shops. I know some of you'd love to go to the shops right now when you haven't been for some time and you're climbing the walls. But you imagine going to this shop and you walk through the doors and you see a new coat on this rack. And when you see this coat, it's absolutely fabulous. And I mean, stopping your tracks, fabulous. And one size fits all. And you look at it and you think, that is absolutely unbelievable. And then you walk towards it and you see the price tag. And when you see the price tag, when you look at the figure on the price tag, you think that is just too expensive. There's no way I can ever pay for that price. And I mean way expensive, 10,000 times more than you would ever pay for a coat. And as you look through that garment thinking that you'll never own that, then imagine the store owner walks over to you and he slips the coat off the rack and he puts it onto your shoulders and it's a perfect fit, and he smiles and he says, "Sir," and you manage with a whisper, "I could never afford such a coat as this." And then the person says, "This is meant for royalty and I'm just an ordinary girl." "Oh, precious woman," the man says, "this coat is made especially for you and the price has already been paid in full." And the owner straightens the sleeves, and as he straightens the sleeves and puts his arms up and adjusts the collar, you see the nail print hands in his hand, and suddenly you realise that this is the covering that you were meant to wear all along. You are precious and highly valuable in the eyes of the one who died for you. And you never, never, never have to worry about being on anyone's bargain rack. The item he purchased for you will never change in price. And Jesus paid that price, and it is still the greatest price anyone could ever pay. It says in 1 Peter 1 verse 18 and 19, knowing that you were redeemed not with corruptible things like silver or gold, but with the precious blood of Christ, God was willing to pay the highest price in the universe to redeem you, and the blood of his Son covers all of your sin. Over the last few weeks, I've been, unfortunate in some ways, I've had to be out on the road because I'm classed as a key worker, I believe it or not. And my first day back at work, they gave us this product. It's called Stevi 7. It's something that we have to use for work. And it actually says on this, and I quite like this, it says that it kills 99.999% of pathogens in 30 seconds. 99.999% of pathogens in 30 seconds. So there's still 1 point of a pathogen that could do me harm. 0.1 of a pathogen that can do me harm. You know, the wonderful thing about Jesus' blood, there's not even a point of a pathogen or 1 point of anything. He did it 100% completely to protect me, and that I can go to glory because of what Jesus has done, because his blood covers every sin. There is no pathogens left, no sins whatsoever. And I just think that's a wonderful thing. And I know lockdown's been really difficult for many of us and probably a real struggle for some. But when we think about the lockdown that Jesus went through this week, coming to tonight, there's no comparison, because that was more than just a lockdown. It ended in a nail down, and he was nailed to that cross so that we could have eternal life. And that's the greatest price that anyone could ever pay. And I'm just so glad that I am so precious and so special, and so are you, to Jesus. So I hope that encourages you that you're precious and your value is unbelievable. Thanks for listening.